Pleased to be working with James again. We worked on a project a couple of years ago, and Ophelia is such like an iconic character, and Hamlet is such an interesting story as well. I was excited to see like what I could bring to the role as well.
How about you, James?
Well, when I got that call from Harriet Lockhart saying to me that she wanted me to play Hamlet, I was over the moon, very excited, but at the same time quite nervous, mainly because it's quite a challenging role for any actor to play, and you don't really know when you're the actor when is the right time to take this huge challenge. So I was very grateful. Well, I think one of the main reasons Hamlet is such a challenge for actors is that it's not like any other character an actor has played before. I mean, there's no caricature to hide behind, like a Richard III or a Caliban or a fighting king like Henry V. It's all about the words and what's going on psychologically in Hamlet's mind. What I like about the role is that when I was looking at the text, what I found quite interesting was it allows the actor to think, okay, if I was in Hamlet's situation, what would I do as the actor?
She is Hamlet's love. She's the daughter of Polonius as well. And what I really like about her is like she's very kind of determined, and her love for Hamlet is so strong. Even when she's shaken, she's still there for him, and she just admires him for everything. So that's what I really like about her.
Go first. You want to go first?
I was going to say it's about comparing a stage production to a film is so different, and because everything's up close, so everything's like a lot kind of smaller and more intense in a way. Yeah, and adapting something as big as like a Shakespeare thing for screen. It was challenging, but I think it was good, definitely.
Yeah, you have to make sure that everything that the actor is feeling is somewhat internalized. When you're on stage, you're allowed to do those big gestures, raise your voice, etc., because you're playing to an audience. And what you've got to remember is that we're making a film, we're not performing a play.
I think it's a bit of both. I think she is completely obsessed with him. Like I said, like she admires him. And in her speech, she kind of talks about like the courtiers, soldiers, eye, tongue, sword. Like she thinks he is absolutely everything. So in that way, she is completely obsessed with him. But I think it comes from a place of love, because she would do anything for him. So yeah, both.
Well, in my opinion, I think Hamlet is in his late 20s at the beginning of the play and in his early 30s in Act 4 and 5. The reason for this is because when Hamlet kills Polonius and gets banished to England, technically we don't know how long Hamlet has been banished for. And in my opinion, he's been banished for roughly around 2 to 3 years, making him 30 when he returns to Denmark.
Well, Hamlet has killed her father. She still has her brother, but I think she's kind of been left completely on her own, and she can't really cope with the fact that Hamlet's done that and he's now been sent away. I think she just can't cope without him, and because she loves him and is so obsessed with him.
I'll do this one, shall I?
Go on then.
I think one of the main reasons the education department maybe focus on Romeo and Juliet and not Hamlet is because I think schools need to find a play that students can relate to. I mean, in Romeo and Juliet, you've got two teenagers that are madly in love, gangs, stroke cliques, family troubles. All of these points a student will be able to relate to. And we both know as actors, if you can relate to a character or a scene, your acting will be better, but at the same time, you will understand it more. And I think that's one of the main reasons.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree with that, actually, yeah.
Ooh, Shakespeare's message.
I think it tackles a lot of different topics. You've got like mental health, betrayal, loads of different things really. So
yeah, I mean,
I guess it's trying to get that across.
Yeah, I mean, what I think is, I think what Shakespeare's trying to explore with this play is that you shouldn't fixate or obsess over a specific issue or problem. You know, the thing about Hamlet is that he was so fixated about getting revenge over the death of his father. He forgot about all the other people that cared about him, like Ophelia, Gertrude, etc.
Destroyed all of his
and it drove
destroyed all of his other relationships.
Yeah, and it drove him to depression. And I think that's what Shakespeare's message is with this play.
I think it'd be interesting to see people's reactions, like if they'd never seen Hamlet before and just saw that scene, like what their opinions would be about it, and things like that is definitely an interesting one.
Well, I think one of the reasons you should watch our version is because Harriet Lockhart, who is the casting director on this film, she's managed to find two actors that are potentially the same age as Hamlet and Ophelia. Now you see a lot of actors that are in their 40s, 50s playing a young Hamlet. And I think the downside about this is it can be somewhat misleading to audience members, making them think that Hamlet is 40, 50 or even 60, when really he's a young man. And because Harriet has picked two actors that are potentially the same age as Hamlet and Ophelia, it will, as Amy says, allow audience members to understand the play more, relate to the play more, but simultaneously our version will appear more truthful to the audience and more truthful to the play. Hamlet will be out this fall. We hope you enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.